All right, evening, folks. Hi. So if you're sitting there thinking, I know this guy, I recognise him from somewhere, you are right. It is me. It is if you bought Ramesh Ranganathan on Temu. Right, so this first one is called Tory Britain. We're getting political right from the off, folks. This next poem is... All right. This next poem is called Get... Do you like that? That's going to be in my very thick anthology. Just All right. This next one is called Gay Slang. Trigger warning, content warning. There's some strong language, sexual references, historic slur terms, and suicide mentioned in this poem. Please tell me, I'm not the only person who gets the full-on drooling horn when I see a man perfectly parallel parking. One hand on the back of the passenger seat, the other palm wheeling, and I am flooding my basement. That's a bit of gay slang, that. We used to have our own secret language, you know, a seedy subculture of shady sexual survival, Polari hidden in plain sight, using the real Queen's English to be batty boy bent. Shadowy secret codes establishing if Dorothy was indeed your friend. Coloured handkerchiefs in our back pockets signifying what we'd like to do in the sack because just like the tradesmen, we like our shopping dropped off round the back. If we were caught glancing twice at someone, the Rozzers would have cuffed us. We were benders, we were gaylords, we were rent boys, we were pufters. We were powdered, we were lavender. We wore masks to be overlooked. Pass us your lipstick, darling, because we like to look pretty before we get fucked. In concentration camps, we were made to wear triangles of pink, nudge, nudge for a cabaret torch song, wink, wink. We were somewhere over the rainbow in gardens of pansies and daisy chains. Does he like musical theatre, tops, bottoms, billow-biting pains? We were teachers, soldiers, hello sailors, and shirts ended up lifted. Don't ask, don't tell, because below deck, it's always a bit limp-wristed. We were the stabbers of shit and gardened uphill. We were the Nancy boys of Hampstead Heath, only in it for the fumbling thrills. An enigma of a war won, but only publicly never stated. The Bletchley Park codebreaker we chemically castrated. But what does any of this faggoty stuff matter? Well, you can thank us for a whole bunch of words now in our day-to-day chatter. Bent, Barnet, Butch, Zhuzh, throwing on a bit of slap. Is he a cavalier or a roundhead? Mince or ogle a bit of rough trade to shag? He's a bit naff, isn't he? N-A-F-F, standing for not available for fucking. The jury's still out on the tank-top bum boys, but thank you, of course, for looking. We talk about 1967 as though it was a groundbreaking legislation. 15,000 more arrests, though, after, in the decades, in the clauses because of the pretty boy honey trap temptation. You were fine to get buggered as long as it took place behind locked doors and you bolted the windows down, curtains fully drawn, and no other person present in any part of that house. The rules of playing a dangerous game in white tile toilets you both understood. Swift upward head nudge and an eyebrow flash if he was also a receiver of swollen goods. He collects interesting teapots at the other end of the ballroom with moves like Jagger, a token gesture of freedom under the Sexual Offences Act with a cloak and with a dagger. All in the name of public decency on a moral ground up high. I have nothing to declare, Mr. Wilde, except my genius. Hello, Section 28, and the inalienable right destroying the traditional family and home. Goodbye to a whole generation to the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Kicking up dust and not trying to die of ignorance with tombstones are falling. Just deserts a gay plague for God's wrath and punishment for the dirty and for the appalling. Camp as a row of tents, sent up as feminized non-threat caricatures on TV and in the movies. There's no place like home, oh, when you're wearing slippers made of rubies. Infamy, infamy, they've all got it in for me, and titter ye not by a Williams or a Howard. Oh, you are awful, but I like you. But are you being served? Queer code no longer lives in the shadows, nor is it a spit or a swallow of a suicide pill, because today it happens to be how much tea you spill. So if you're tempted to fat shame, femme shame, kink shame, queer bait, or take our flag and wash it white, just remember, we stand on the shoulders of absent giants who whisper, it's just a bit of gay slang, that, right? Thank you, folks. Thank you. This next one is called Slip Me the D, N.A. I did a DNA ancestry test. I spat into a test tube in exchange for a pie chart. And I'm just as surprised as you to find out that I am 72% mushroom. And no, not just because I come from a long line of fun guys. But seems to be a mushroom theme because there was some focus in the first one. But because I found myself on more than one occasion looking like a dick and ended up in deep shit. Okay. See what I did there? Puns. Sorry. So if you're thinking what type of mushroom, well, I'm less button, more chestnut, and definitely greater puffball. It means I often communicate through a secret underground network. Through decay and rot and death, I will find a path. It means I'm loved by some who can't get enough of me, but equally reviled by others who think I taste like slugs. You'll often find me in the garden with mud all over me, so you might want to wipe me down before you use me. Gross. Oh my God, there's a reason I'm single. It means that fairies and pixies will use me as a place to rest, as protection from the rain. It means I will get under your skin and course through your veins. It means if you catch me at the right time and circumstance, I will make you have fantastical visions in landscapes of magic. I will journey with you through the fractal chambers of your mind, and we will dance through consciousness side by side. If you take me into your mouth, I will make you see colours so profound in a way you've never seen them before. It means if ever I go missing, you will find me deep in the forest alongside a goddess, amongst the trees with ankle bells a-tinkling. But if you pick me on the wrong day, at best, I will make you shit yourself. And at worst, I will kill you. It means I will greet you from your slumber, nestled warmly amongst cooked eggs and toast. It means when I'm under pressure, my dark and nutty brown nature will stain everything else around me. An earthy puddle marking my existence long after I've gone. It means I send out prayers like spores, hoping that they land and create a whole new world of their own. But always with the right intention, with grace and mercy. So consider this my second coming out. In some ways, I suppose I've always known I was part mushroom because, just like my ancestors, most of my growing is done silently and always in the dark. Thank you. Okay, thank you, folks. Very kind. So I lived in Japan many years ago, and I fell in love with haiku then. But the minute you say haiku to the poetry crowd, yeah, you get a bit of an eye raise and a bit of a ugh. Because usually, as much as haikus are beautiful, they're usually about, I don't know, cherry blossoms or snow on poor people's roofs that they can't appreciate. So, so these are a stack of dirty haikus, as I call them. All right. So if you've don't know anything about haikus, they're 5 syllable, 7 syllable, 5 syllable. Usually the last line is the one that's the kicker, that kind of tells you the reason for the previous two. So this one is about the bin men. Which bin? Green or black? We all wait for that neighbour. The binfluencer. Fit Tesco worker. Woo! Fit Tesco worker with Nando's cockerel tattoo. Spicy in bedroom. Every little helps. There's a reason why the reason I go to that Tesco is because of that hot worker. That's yeah, I'm going to be on some kind of register. His breath smells like beer. It makes me fully aroused. You fucking Gaylord. This one's about my ex and his favourite chocolate. Not me, obviously. It's clearly not me. That's why he's an ex. Box of toffees. Oh, sorry. God. Right. This is definitely trauma. Box of toffees. Always remind me of you. Eat a bag of dicks. This one's also about my ex. Sushi and fucking. Gingers to cleanse my palate. Both best enjoyed raw. Sorry. So gross. All right. If you discover he has a Pinterest account, Pinterested in men. All right, there is a logic behind this one. This is genuinely why this drink is called this drink. Porn star martinis. They loosen up your bumhole like fruity poppers. That, genuinely, that's why porn star martinis are called porn star martinis, because passion fruit, apparently. Yep. Every day's a school day. This is about the time I thought I'd slept with a celebrity. Jason Donovan. That's it, thanks. I thought I slept with you once. My bad. Deja vu. This one is actually about the time after I'd slept with Jason Donovan. It's true. I'm lovesick. Never felt like this before. It's chlamydia. so gross. Right. Okay. Grindr for Asians. You know there's an app for that. It is called Uber. Mic drop. Okay. Autocorrect fail. Couscous is anus. Do proofread texts to mum. That's a true story. Yeah. I got home after sending her that message to go in, oh, just something light for tea maybe this week, like couscous. She basically went, there are some things mothers should not know about their sons. You paggot. Right. My neighbour's white dog only ever barks at me. Horrible racist. It's true. Any pet owners in the room? Okay. Your pet has a name. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Finished. Thank you. Your pet has a name, but I bet they don't know yours. Introduce yourself. I hope that every single one of you now goes home and goes, hello, you live in my house, you little freeloader, but I'm blah. And you've never introduced yourself. You can't get pregnant shagging on a sofa bed. Use pull-out method. Right, thanks. Okay. All right, this one's a little controversial. Dragon's Den idea. I shall sell menopause cakes. They will be eggless. All right, that's turned the crowd. All right, let's get back to shagging. All right, so hot ginger date boy. Don't have Brazilian wax. Looks like fish finger. Again, a true story. Okay. Once dated a guy. Sounds like owl at climax. Who? Who does that? Right, last two. Oh, I have to... Okay, yeah, all right, I have to turn my back to you for this one. Once dated a guy. Waved at me during doggy. You in danger, girl. Last one. If you're Indian, but not gender specific, naan biryani. Thank you. Good night. Okay, thank you.